Welcome back to Half A Hot Rods. It's been a minute since we introduced this project. This is the, I think I said 53 then, it's actually a 54. I ran the bin, and it's a 54 Bel Air Four Door that we're going to put together for my wife Missy, and she's out here with me. She's does not want to be on camera. She wants to be like Wilson. But you could say hi.
Hello.
Okay. So we're going to go over what the plans are for this. We did the wheel and tire comparison in the last video.
Speaking of wheel and tire comparison, where are my wheels?
So, a funny thing happened. Actually,
Funny haha or funny
I guess it depends on your perspective, which one it is. I had those wheels and tires on Marketplace for like 2 years, and nothing ever happened, so I put them on this to roll it around. And then some guy just texted me out of the blue or messaged me and said, hey, I can be there tomorrow to pick up those wheels and tires. And I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure we're not going to use those for this car in the end. So he came and bought the wheels and tires, and now it's sitting on blocks because the stock wheels and tires, the stock tires are all flat. So now it's on roller skates until we figure out the next step for wheels and tires. So that's not really what I had in mind, but that's where we're at. Anyway, speaking of underneath, front suspension, you can see we got drum brakes and old wore out front suspension. Apparently there's Mustang 2 kits for these, or you can rebuild the stock suspension.
Pretty sure we don't want anything F-word under there.
Yeah, we don't necessarily try to use the F-word or Mustang stuff. It's a popular swap, and as those things go, it's kind of affordable, but it's still $1,200 just for suspension and steering. So that's a lot because we're not trying to spend that much. The other thing that you could do is rebuild the stock steering. I have read that this suspension and steering in the front is the same for this car as it is for Corvettes of that era. Now, granted, I know Corvettes of that era aren't really super high performance by today's standards, but still, in that day, pretty good. So I think what we're going to do is we're probably going to cut the front of the frame off this car and put suspension from something different under it. Everything I've read says we can do G-body, so Monte Carlo, Cutlass, those cars, Camaro front clip, S10 front clip. The S10s, they say the two-wheel drive is a little narrow and the four-wheel drive width is just right, but then you've got to contend with getting rid of four-wheel drive parts because this isn't going to be four-wheel drive. And then on the rear, these have a torque tube, which means, I don't know if you'll be able to see it under there, but the drive shaft is still attached, and it's like one piece with the rear end. You can't disconnect them. But again, the S10 G-body, Camaro, Firebird, all those are about the right width, so we could put that rear end under it. And there's one of them that'll bolt up. The other ones you just have to change spring perches, which is, I'm not too worried about doing that. So we're thinking of doing that. This whole car is being kind of built on the budget left over from the Blazer, which the Blazer was Missy's car before this, was the first thing that I actually kind of touched every piece of. We LS swapped it and stuff, and I've got a video on that. Regarding its demise at Maverick's hands. Thanks, Maverick. There's a cat in the pickup behind
you. Oh. Hi, kitty.
Is that a kitty bedpan?
Hi, kitty. Thought there was something. The truck was falling down.
Yeah. Oh, the truck's not falling. So anyway, Maverick crashed Missy's Blazer, didn't have full coverage on it, so we were just out and LS swapped two-door Blazer.
He's fine, everybody. He's fine.
So he's been trying to replace it with pieces here and there.
And that is why he is not the favorite.
He is not the favorite, absolutely.
No.
No. Nope. No.
No way, Jose. No, sir. No way. No.
So he bought a NV 4500 for it, or for the next Blazer that we thought we were going to build. So we had a four-wheel drive 5-speed, and we decided not to go four-wheel drive with this, obviously. So we sold the NV 4500, put it on Marketplace, cleaned it up, made sure everything was working the way it should be. Sold that, and that netted us about $1,500, which we can put back into this. Yeah, that's pretty much our whole budget for this car. You want to tell them what we're thinking for suspension and rear end, what the plan is?
We are planning to purchase a S10 Blazer, or just an S10, two-wheel drive S10.
Right.
It has to be between 19.
I think any year S10 will work, but in order to get the transmission we
Yes,
want.
and I'm shooting for a manual transmission.
Yeah, so
That's not a deal breaker though.
the V6, the 4.3 V6 S10s have the same transmission bell housing as a small block Chevy or big block Chevy or any Chevy V8. And the 4.3s only came in the later square body S10s, I want to say 90 to 93-ish. And then, of course, the round body S10s from 94 to whenever they stopped making them. 2002, 2003, something like that. So we're going to look, that's the first choice of donor vehicles. And we can put that rear end under here. If we get one with a transmission in it, a 5-speed, the NV 3500 is what that is. And that's what we use when we swap Wyatt's square body. Then that would be ideal. We get everything in one shot. And then we'll also get brake parts, suspension parts for the front so we can clip it. We'll get master cylinder. We'll get potentially steering column. Yeah, so we would get all the hard parts, all the underneath parts we need out of buying hopefully one parts vehicle, maybe two, depending on what we get. You never know what kind of state of disrepair they're going to be in. And should we talk about engine?
Yes.
Yes. So we have, let me just show you what we're working with back here.
Maverick purchased this as well, right? Maverick purchased that as well.
Yeah, well, I'll get there. So this engine with baking soda all over it, and that kind of looks like some stuff is melted, is actually the engine out of the original Blazer. And I was hoping to salvage this engine. It was really the only thing I was hoping to save out of that truck, because it's got a little bit of a camshaft in it. I got the standalone harness that I built for it. It's been tuned, and it was right around 400 horse, 400 torque. So people say that's not a lot by today's standards, but I'm telling you, it's still enough to have a good time. And you like driving it, right?
I did.
Yeah. It was
Apparently Maverick did too.
Yeah. Drove it right into the ground.
Yes, he did. Or a tree, actually.
Unfortunately, yeah, we're not going to be able to get a good picture of it here, but I think I've got some pictures we'll add in. When Numbnuts crashed this,
I don't think you're supposed to say nuts, huh?
I'm not supposed to say nuts.
I don't know.
What about Numbnuts?
Oh, there we go. Maybe. I don't
Dumb
know.
it? No, probably
Dumb it,
not
yeah.
that one.
No.
Anyway, when our dear beloved son crashed this, he managed to break the block. The bell housing came out in a whole bunch of pieces. The block is not just cracked, like broken at the back where the transmission mounts. Destroyed the headers, obviously, but I'm hoping I can pull the cam out of this and the valve train out of this that went with it and reuse my harness. We do have a rebuildable TBI 350, but I think it's safe to say you won't be happy with that?
Nope.
Because 170 horsepower after 400 that's not how you're supposed to do it.
Nope.
The other choice is that little fella there, which it's kind of covered in stuff, but if you look real hard, you can see that's a Vortec. It's a 5.3. That's the engine that Maverick and I pulled out on the side of the road in Oklahoma, some guy's yard, and it's the right era that all of my wiring and stuff from this other engine should go right to it, as long as not too many of the things are busted. I did get the whole harness with it, fuse box, computer, in case we need to just make it all work on its own, and none of the old stuff is salvageable off the old engine. So, we have that pull-out engine. We have a plan for suspension and rear axle. And you want to talk about what you're going to do on the interior?
Well, the interior is still in planning phases. I would like to try to keep it as original as possible in here, as far as like the look of the seats and stuff go. I don't want to put any real aftermarket looking stuff in it. There's a lot of work. I do have a cowhide that I had been given to in Colorado for Christmas one year, and it's huge and it won't fit in my house anymore. So I'm thinking of using those pieces, and probably have to hire that out for somebody to help me do my interior with some strips of cowhide, and probably I'm going to try to keep it as close to the original color because I actually really like that color. So there's a lot to do in here, but I would like to make it as original as possible. You know, we've talked about trying to keep the steering wheel, which there's some debate as to whether that's going to happen or not. I will try to keep the instrument panel as original looking as I can. Probably have to do new, but I still want to keep the shape and the overall look of it the same.
And of course, we'll have a manual shifter sticking up through the floor if we can get it done. Hopefully we will.
The outside is still... I thought the fenders were the same color, patina, as the rest of it, and it turns out they are not. And I don't know that I can mimic the patina of the rest of the car to match the patina of these fenders. Plus, there's the issue of the hood, which we do not have, which chances of the patina of that matching the rest are slim to none. So right now, my mind is going to, I'm just going to make it look pretty and not patinaed, which I think patinaed is pretty too, but I'm going to sand it down and go to the original color, which is that.
I wonder if...
I don't really like that color. So maybe that's something your audience can speak to.
Help us decide on
Yeah, what do they think?
outward appearance.
So it's a really pretty color.
Yeah, give it a little.
Restore all the chrome.
Yeah, it would need some love to make it shine, but it is a cool color. I think we do have all the chrome,
Yeah.
which is kind of surprising. We need taillights. We do have the trunk lid. The only serious rust on the car is in the trunk there that I've found. I haven't gotten under the back seat yet, but compared to the 57, that's cake. So it's fine.
We don't need the door shut anyways.
Yeah,
Okay,
we'll
right.
just put a bungee cord on it on the inside.
Ejectocito, cuz.
Ride height. Do you have any? You thinking of close to stock height? Or
Close to stock or a little higher. I won't go lower.
So you don't want it slammed on the ground
Absolutely not.
in the weeds.
Nope.
We could drag the rear bumper and it makes sparks, and that looks
Nope.
really cool.
I wouldn't mind sparks coming out of the tailpipe
Flames.
when you hit a button, but definitely not unnatural
Oh,
sparks.
you chop top,
Nope.
make it.
You know, I'm I guess what do you call it? Traditionalist.
Yeah.
I like to keep it as accurate as possible. The windows absolutely will not be tinted on this either.
Okay. Sure. Not even, you could tint them green like the car.
Oh God,
That's what they did with the gassers. It's cool.
it's not going to be a gasser either.
I thought about that. That's, well, I don't think that works. Yeah, so stock height are a little higher,
Yes.
and lots of rubber to fill the wheel wells.
Yes.
We want the handle halfway decent. I mean, it is a big, heavy car, so there's
Well, the
limitations.
Blazer didn't really handle halfway decent, so as long as it's as good as the Blazer will be good.
If it's not at least as good as the Blazer, I consider it a failure. What about? Stand by.
He's always trying to talk me into things. Coming out of the hood?
Yeah. Like one here and one here.
Pretty sure that blows the $1,500 budget. Yeah?
Depends on what time of day we get them. I mean, you know, what
Grand Theft Turbo?
discount?
5-finger discount?
Yeah.
They call that Grand Theft Turbo instead of auto?
I don't think that's a thing.
No? We'll make it the thing.
Anyway, somebody's Frenched the headlights in here. We could keep that or not.
What do you mean?
So this being smoothed in here, it should have, this chrome ring probably comes back about there.
Oh, probably pull that out then, because
And
this
then-
is all boogered.
This is probably all Bondo.
I was actually just thinking about that the other day.
So, yeah, this is I mean, it's cool. It's something people did with these cars. It's not wrong for the era. But it looks like it needs redone because,
Yeah, I might as well pull them out and put it in right, or the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's all cracked
yeah,
under there.
somebody's,
Just zoink those out of there.
oh, yeah. Yeah. So,
I'm going to have to fix that if we can. It's not going to be perfect, but I'd prefer to keep it as original as it can.
yeah.
I mean, there might be some imperfections, but that'll give it character, right?
Yeah. I think all in all, it's going to be a lot better body-wise than the pickup. Because
They're about the same color.
they're very similar, yeah. The blues and greens. I can't decide whether this pickup's blue or green.
I don't know. I'm definitely going with the green on here.
Yeah.
And I'll probably not try to restore any of the old paint. I'll just paint over all of it.
I think this would be cool to paint white on the top
Yeah.
and maybe even lace.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Lay some lace over it.
Maybe.
And just do like
Why? 'Cause I'm a girl.
a pearl. No, that's 100% for the car. That has nothing to do with girl or boy. Because if it was mine, I would definitely lace it.
Do pearl with a little bit of metal flake in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Like
you could lay down.
iridescent metal flake or iridescent pearly
Yeah.
to where it's rainbowy.
Yeah. Oh, flake is good for this car.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
real good. So, yeah, I would 100% lace this if it was mine and do white on the top.
That's a good idea. Just from here up, right? All that up.
Yeah, just above the window line.
Mhm.
Well,
And then we do the
or
same.
maybe even just here.
Do the same in there. The same lace and color that we do on top inside the insert.
I'd have to figure out how to do that because up here you have gravity on your side. You just lay the lace on it and tape it down. On the sides,
It's like a stencil.
it is, but lace is not as, it's much harder to work with than a stencil.
You get a lace stencil.
I guess that might be a thing, yeah.
Oh, Hobby Lobby.
Do you have any input on this, Chaz?
What do you think? Patina or original color?
No.
Slam it on the ground?
What's the original color? The green?
The green. Since these don't match,
Now,
it would be hard to make the patina match, I think. So I think we sand it down and paint her.
Patina, the original green.
I think that you could do that easier than you think you could. I've seen people do it who aren't as talented as you and Ches. So I think if they can do it, you can definitely do it.
If we can do it, you can do it. Hey, where's that car stuff?
Can we get a little more enthusiasm?
Where's the car stuff?
I'm not telling you until I get more enthusiasm.
Are you looking at it?
If I can do it, no,
You can do it!
I was watching the steer who's acting a fool.
Okay, we took away
He's chasing a goose.
Good.
the goose is a dick.
So where it at? Home?
Is he in his pen? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is it that stuff?
Yeah, there's some stuff there, there's some stuff.
Why are you looking for car stuff, Ches? Why?
Oh, because Mom and Dad hate me, so they took my car from me.
That's gonna be we're gonna have a whole series of
Mom and Dad hate
surprising stuff.
me? Of Mom and Dad hate Chesney?
Yes.
I mean, there is a lot of material.
We were
to
talking
work
about the Maverick hate earlier. So.
Oh.
with. Yeah.
So Mom and Dad hate all their children. Except for me.
Okay. That's good parenting. That's Gen X parenting.
Right.
Tough it up.
We got to with these millennials, man.
Hey, Hooker Kitty.
Just need to get her done, man.
Open it. It's me.
But I mean, you still got that project going.
You want that?
Yeah, well then I can take breaks and go back and forth. Give the people a break from the truck and
Wait.
the car.
Video Hooker eating this empanada.
He's a Hispanic cat.
He likes it.
Empanadas.
Easy.
It's muy delicioso.
Yum 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 yum.
You like that, Hooker? It's not like you're underfed, you jackwagon. All right. So we decided flat black, chop top, slammed on the ground, twin turbo big block.
No.
Okay. All right. So we're going to be getting back on this soon. Really, the next step is to get the donor vehicle. So that's what we're waiting on this one, but we do have a plan, kind of. As usual, the plans will be dictated by what we can get a good price on and what's available
And what problems we run into.
and what problems we run into. I have, obviously you've seen the plan change on the pickup several times because of the problems I've run into and, you know, my limitations. I tried to buy 2 different S10s. Actually, I tried to buy 3 or 4 S10s. A couple of them wouldn't answer me because I offered too low. Two times on the same truck, they accepted my offer, and then by the time I got to my days off, they said, "Oh, never mind, it's sold." So that's been a little bit of a struggle.
That's
Typical
Facebook Marketplace for you.
yeah, typical marketplace stuff. So that's where we're at. We got to find some more parts, and I really could use more time. If I didn't have to work, that would be great. I mean, if you made more money, I could just stay home and work on cars.
You need to go find a sugar mama.
You are my sugar mama. We need more sugar. Anyway, till next time, we appreciate you watching. Remember, if I can do it, you can do it. See you later.
Extreme close up.